In trading, if you don't have a plan, you are probably a part of someone else's plan. Hello, traders. Welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. Today's setup is laser focused to keep you ahead of the crowd. We are cutting the noise and hunting only the clean, high probability moves. If the daily series of video is helping you, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share it with your trading friends or community that you might be a part of, as well as drop your comments so that we can grow as a winning community. On that note, we'll start with today's video. And as usual, the video will be divided into two parts. First part will be analyzing what we had planned yesterday versus what happened in the markets today. And in the second part, we'll be preparing our plan set of planned trades for tomorrow, right? Today, I was not personally trading into the markets. I had some personal commitment because of which I was not available near my screen. And as a rule, which I have also mentioned many times before, in case if I am not available, I will make sure that I do not get the markets better of me and force into trades. I need to be in front of my system to be properly able to trade and manage my trades. So that was the reason why I did not trade today. I was tracking the markets on my mobile phone while I was away. Uh, and today was a very volatile session, which was expected, as I had been telling you, that we can expect some much more sideways price action, wherein stop losses on both sides are getting hunted. Today the markets, I believe, opened with a minor gap down, which I will consider as a flattish opening. And immediately after this, the markets gave us a closing above the zone, which was yesterday's high, which was our buying zone. Now the first entry was around here. Now, you might be having a question if you are new to my channel, why will we plan a entry above this particular high, whereas we had planned for a entry with a pullback. Now, this particular candle is a inside bar, which is a halt candle. If I zoom into the charts much more, you can see that this is the red color candle, which is a doji, which makes it even more perfect, and it is inside, completely inside the previous candle. Now we have got a closing, followed through number one, followed through number two. All we needed was a pullback or a halt candle. Now try to understand, inside bars are one of the most favorite setups that I use, and most of the good traders would also be using the same. Now, as you can see, these candles are already marked black on my chart because one of the major indicators that is always on is the inside bar alert, which is there, and that is the reason why these candles are marked black, so that I don't miss them out, right? Even if I'm casually just glancing at the chart, I can find out, okay, this is an inside bar, and I don't need to actively look if yes, is this inside the previous candle's high or low. And so this is the good inside bar, which is also considered as a halt candle. Above this, a long entry could have been initiated with the stop loss just below this. So that's the beauty of inside bars, wherein you can reduce your stop losses by a lot. So when we take an entry with a pullback, I mean, okay, this is a valid pullback. A good valid inside bar is can be used as a pullback and post the break on the high side. And as I told you guys, the doji which is there, right? The high and there are equal amount of wick on both the sides, which shows that okay, there might have been a brief pause, a halt, a moment of indecisiveness where the market wants to go from here. And that is the reason why if we are breaking up again above the high of the mother bar, that is where we initiate the long entry with the stop loss, which is just below this, and we would have gotten a very good trade. Now, anybody who is into trailing, this would be the exit as per my system. Again, your trading system might be different. If I would have taken, if I would have been trading today, I would have taken this trade. Absolutely, yes. This would have been my exit. Say, for example, above this high, like I told you, we would have been above the parallel channel that we are in. And up above here, we also got another inside bar. In case if the markets would have continued the momentum by breaking the high of the mother bar around here, I would have added on to my quantities, just putting it out across as what I would have done in case if I would have been trading, and in case if that would scenario would have happened. But then again, that did not happen. Market gave a negative candle around here, which fulfilled all the three conditions of my uh, cutting out of a long trade, which is the high is lower than the previous high, the low is lower than the previous low, as well as the closing is below the previous low. And that is the reason this is the exit candle for me, and I would have exited the trade around here. Now, post this particular trade, I believe there wasn't much to do apart from the trade around here, wherein we got a series of the price action again changed into a clear downtrend. If you are to draw the market structure, this is the high, low again. Higher high had formed around here. So till this time, the market structure was in an uptrend, but around here, if you focus closely, so till around here, sorry, this high was lower, higher high which was created. Then this low was created, which was lower than this low. This high was which is lower than the previous high. So out around here with this lower high and lower low, the structure had changed. So all we needed was another higher low, sorry, lower high, not higher low, but a lower high which formed around here. And as soon as this low was taken out, we could have taken a trade. We could have waited for a pullback, which also came in, and, or we could have directly taken a trade. Now, because I was not too actively trading, I do not know what I would have done. And this was the time period between 1 to 2:30 where I was extremely tied up, could not even look at the phone a lot. So that is I'm just analyzing and anticipating, or maybe if not there, then the break at the break of the day's low, which is around here. The day's low, this was the good red candle closing, a good pullback with a retest, and a short entry could have been planned, a short scalp around could have been planned around here as well. Why do I call it a scalp? Because obviously we are near the support zone, but then again, on an intraday basis, this support zone would have changed, right? So this is something new that I am going to speak about today. So in the video that we did yesterday, we had marked this particular support zone based on this low and this high. This was the zero point 0.5 to 0.618 retracement, but the markets did go up higher up, right? So in the live market, since the high which we had accounted for yesterday got changed, market created a new high. We will be changing the zone as well, right? So this zone would now be shifting around these levels, right? And as you can see, after this particular high, markets came down around here, took some support here. Again, there could have been a long trade around here based on a reversal, which is a W pattern, but then that is something which I need to look at the option charts first to confirm whether something was forming around here. But yes, around a support zone, market fell one way downwards, and then double bottom could is quite visible here. I'll just quickly draw it. So this was the fall. This was the double bottom. So a good scalping trade could have been taken around here as well. Sorry. So as I said, in the live markets, you might need to revise your levels based on, especially the fib levels, based on the what highs and lows had you taken into consideration in the pre-market analysis. And then if those high and lows are breached, you might have to uh, redraw those levels. And then again, so this is a good confidence trading wherein market actually went down below the day's low, went down below uh, the fib level which we had drawn, which we had redrawn as a support system, and then again with a pullback, it broke down below it, giving a trade on the downside. Now, for tomorrow, I hope the trade plan or what could have been traded today was very, very clear. Now, had I been trading today, I would have given you the exact trades that I had taken with the exact entries and everything. But then again, since I was observing, I am letting you know based on my setup systems or my set of rules, what trades would I have taken. So I hope the trades are clear. In case of any doubts, please put it down in the comments. I will try to address them to the best of my capabilities. For tomorrow, we'll first be looking at the daily chart. We are still very much trading within the downward parallel channel that we are in. If we look at a broader range, we did try to break out above the 7th of August candle high within which the 2 days of trading range was, but then we got an immediate rejection from 24,700 odd levels, if I'm not wrong. Yes, so 24,700 odd levels would take markets took a strong rejection from there. Again, we need to check out what was the open interest. I am assuming there would have been a high open interest around these levels, which is why it would have been again a round number plus heavy call writing around here could have been one of the reasons why this number would have acted as a good resistance around here, and we again broke down below it. Uh, for tomorrow. We'll not be needing this. The plan of action will be very, very simple. Sorry. Below today's low, we are short. Again, I am expecting the volatility to continue, so make sure that your quantities are less and you are trading with very strict stop losses as well as trailing your positions tightly once you are in profit. Just a second, guys. I'm just trying to observe something. Okay, cool. Now, for any high entry, we need at least 50% of this retracement to be taken out. So whatever is the high, I'll again mark the 0.5 to 0.618 zone. In case if we are opening gap up, any negative price action around here, again, this level is also confluencing with the higher end of the parallel channel that we are in. So we can again take a short entry around these levels. And it is only above this will I plan for a long entry. A very simple, sweet trade plan. Once again, I will be mentioning my very rare trade because markets are volatile. If you see this day, markets open near, close near the day's high. Next day, markets close near day's low. Again, next day, markets are closing near day's high. Post that, again, we are closing near day's low. So there is no clear trend, as is the case with any sideways market. And that is the reason this trade can be triggered. So what we need is a negative candle at the start of the day with a closing below today's low. And then I want the high of that candle to be taken out. Only in case all these conditions are fulfilled, a small scalp on the upside can be taken. The logic behind the, please not copy the trades blindly. Try to understand the logic and the story behind this. People who would have missed this entire move from the top 24,700 to 24,485, almost 200 plus points fall in the market. They will be enticed to enter into shorts around here. When people fresh shorts enter around these levels with a closing below yesterday's low and then the high of that candle gets taken out, all the stop losses will be triggering and that will lead to a good move on the upside. That is what we plan to catch. It will be a scalping trade. So in case if you are not a scalper, you're not good with managing your scalping trades, quick entries and quick exits, do not take this trade. Just observe if something like this is happening. Now this is a very rare trade and I keep on mentioning it. I hope very soon I will be able to give you a example of the same happening in the live markets. But till then, it is my duty to make sure to keep on mentioning it so that you guys can take care of it and not be trapped on the downside. And that is exactly the reason as well why, after a closing on the downside, we are not immediately rushing into taking a short trade. We need a valid pullback. And then once the low is taken out, that is where we turn a trade into a high probability trade. So I hope why all the pointers that I always mention about are important. So even below this level, although we might be short, but we are not entering without a valid pullback. So like I said, in case if you are not planning a trade, you are part of someone else's trade. So I don't want us to be trapped around here and be a part of someone else's profit while we take a loss. So that is the reason why planning your trades is supremely important. And then once in the live market, sticking to your planning, sticking to your trade plan, sticking to your trade setup is what is extremely, extremely important. So yeah, that's it from my side for today, guys. I hope you guys will trade safely tomorrow. Another word of caution, which is as usual from my end. Tomorrow is Wednesday, 13th of August, which is expiry minus 1 day. Anybody who is into option buying and who is into trading Nifty options, just like me, please shift your option tradings to the next week. expiry instead of the 14th of August expiry. So you might be paying just a slightly higher premium for your entries, but in the longer run, you will be saving yourself from a lot of theta decay, especially when the markets are anticipated to be volatile in the sideways range. And in case if the market, maybe your direction is right, maybe your trade setup, everything is right. But in case if market does not give the momentum that is expected out of it, you might still be losing money even after being right. So that is the reason why I always make sure that I shift on expiry as well as expiry minus 1 day. I shift my trading to the next week's expiry options. Slightly higher premium does not matter. I anyways trade in the money options, which are already, I do not mind paying a higher premium, but I want my trades to be much more high probable. And that is how I believe you can win in the long run. So yeah, that's it from my side for today. I will see you guys again tomorrow post the market. Stay safe and happy trading. Cheers. Thank you so much for watching.